Welcome to Mind Motives, where we uncover the hidden patterns of wealth, power, and money that shape your life. Today, we're exposing the financial tricks governments have used for centuries to keep ordinary people struggling, while the elite grow richer and richer. Governments love to tell you they're working for your financial freedom. They promise stability, growth, and opportunity. But if you study history closely, you'll see something far darker. Governments have always used clever financial schemes to transfer wealth upward, keeping most people dependent. And the shocking part? These tricks aren't new. They've been recycled for centuries, dressed in different names, sold as policy or reform. But the goal remains the same: to shift wealth from the majority to a select few. Let's start with one of the oldest tricks of all: inflation. When a government spends more than it collects in taxes, it has two choices. It can openly tax the population, politically risky, or quietly reduce the value of money, debasing the currency. Ancient Rome perfected this tactic. By the 3rd century AD, Roman emperors cut the silver content of their coins. A denarius that once held almost pure silver became mostly copper with a thin silver wash. Citizens didn't realize it at first, but their savings lost value, wages fell behind prices, and inflation quietly taxed the population. Sound familiar? Today, central banks do the same thing with modern currency. Another historical trick: forced loans. In medieval Europe, monarchs coerced merchants into lending money to fund wars or palaces. Refuse and you faced fines or confiscation. Promises of repayment were often broken or repaid in devalued currency. The crown got its money. Ordinary merchants lost theirs. Modern tricks have just become more sophisticated. Take quantitative easing. Central banks created trillions out of thin air after 2008, buying government bonds and mortgage-backed securities. The stock market and real estate boomed. But who owned the majority of these assets? The wealthy. The average household saw minimal benefit while living costs rose. Then there's stealth taxation. Governments tax indirectly through sales taxes, fuel duties, and inflation. Prices rise faster than wages, silently draining your wealth. Inflation reduces the real value of money owed by governments, but for citizens it erodes financial freedom. Even regulations can be a trick. Laws are supposed to protect the public, but powerful industries often shape the rules. Railroads, oil, tech, and finance have historically influenced the regulators meant to oversee them. The public sees protection. Insiders see profit. War finance is another recurring pattern. Governments sell bonds during wars, framed as patriotic duty. People think they're supporting their country, and they are, but wealthy investors make risk-free profits guaranteed by future taxes. The ordinary citizen pays, often for generations. Finally, governments weaponize complexity. Thousands of pages of tax codes, confusing budgets, and financial jargon make it nearly impossible to track money flows. Complexity is camouflage. If you can't see the transfer of wealth, you can't fight it. Here's the harsh truth. Most people never escape these tricks because they don't even realize they're being played. Inflation feels normal. Taxes seem inevitable. Bailouts are framed as mercy. Ignorance is the most powerful tool of all. What can you do? Look beyond the headlines. When governments announce stimulus, ask, who profits first? Build wealth outside these traps. Assets that retain value when currency falters. Never assume the system works for you. It works to protect itself, not ordinary citizens. By the 17th century, the financial system itself became a tool of the elite. Britain's creation of the Bank of England in 1694 wasn't charity. The government needed funds to fight France. Wealthy investors bought bonds and received guaranteed interest, paid by taxes collected from ordinary citizens. This system ensured the rich profited, while the working class carried the burden. The pattern continues today. Safe investments often come at your expense. Modern examples are everywhere. Deficit spending is a major one. Governments run massive debts and promise it's for public projects, infrastructure, jobs, or social programs. In reality, much goes to defense contractors, corporate subsidies, or bailouts. When repayment time comes, ordinary citizens pay through higher taxes, inflation, or reduced services, while the elite reap the profits. Bailouts are another classic example. During the 2008 financial crisis, banks made reckless bets, bundling risky mortgages, and nearly collapsed the global economy. Who paid for it? Ordinary taxpayers. Who benefited? The same banks, larger and stronger than before. Privatize gains, socialize losses. The trick has a name, but it's been practiced for centuries. Even pensions and social security systems are part of the trick. Millions of people trust that the money they pay in today will be there when they retire. Often it isn't. Governments spend it immediately and leave IOUs. Future generations will cover the shortfall. When the system becomes unsustainable, reforms reduce benefits, raise retirement ages, or devalue payouts. Another silent wealth transfer. The key to all of this is perception. Inflation is sold as growth. Forced loans are called duty. National debt is investment. Bailouts are saving the system. Pension cuts are reform. The public rarely sees the hidden transfers. The financial tricks that kept Roman citizens broke are the same ones draining your bank account today. Different names, same strategy, centuries in the making. The only question is whether you recognize them in time. If this changed how you see money and power, hit subscribe. History has the answers, and here at Mind Motives, we'll show you exactly where to look.